Become a channel member and support the content. You also get access to exclusive videos. You'll get an emote next to your name in the comments. The link for that can be found next to the subscribe button or in the description. And beat the random lottery that is FIFA points by buying the coins direct from u7buy.com. Use code TVM at checkout for a 5% discount, or if you're a new customer, get 8% discount. The link is down below. What is going on, guys? TVM here. Welcome back to a brand new video. It is 6 PM content. This has been leaked, kind of. The team, I knew it was getting Fati, we knew we were getting Ruben Diaz and Saka. There's a bunch of others as well. I am holding out hope, although I've just seen one of them. I was holding out hope for Ryan Shirky, but I don't think I'm going to get him. And it's not that I've got an argument or a complaint or anything like that necessarily, but let's just go over to Twitter and we can have a look at the team. So, I mean, higher rated player there in Ansu Fati, higher than the 91 Reina and Camavinga that we had from Team 1. Reina returns this time as a right mid. I think that's a different dynamic image as well. James has returned as well, this time as a CDM. And Dalot has returned as a right back. We have Oscar, who I'm not sure if he signed fully for Sevilla. He was on loan last season at Leganes from Real Madrid. He's now at Sevilla. I would consider him a future stars, but like a few other players in here, I would also argue that he's already established. He's not really. He's not as far forward as some of them, but Oscar, I know of him. I like him. I can't wait to use him. He's only 85 rated. He's not going to blow your socks off, but I still can't wait to use him. The Mexican that I'm not going to try and pronounce the name of, left mid, looks fast, good on the ball, decent in front of goal. Only 85 rated as well. Should be quite cheap. Not a bad card. Jonathan David is, again, one of those cards I would consider to be almost established. Future star, possibly. Depends how you define future star, right? I like the look of the card. Very good pace, good shooting, great dribbling. Okay, could be higher actually, but still, it's fine. He's played over 100 league games. Is that a future star or is that an established player? How do we define future star? Someone who's going to be huge in the future? It does kind of bring me on to Ansu Fati, who is, in my opinion, one of Barcelona's best players. He's in their top 3. Is he a future star if he's one of Barcelona's best players already? I don't know. Should I care? Probably not. But the reason I'm moaning about it, essentially, is because they've left out Ryan Shirky, who I believe is the definition of a future star. He's had a sprinkling of performances or appearances, I should say, for Lyon. Is 100% a future star because he's not established yet. He hasn't really played that much football, but we know of him. Not in there. Why? I don't know. Maybe they're saving him for next season. I really couldn't tell you. Don't know this Villarreal left back, but he looks very good actually. He looks very nice. Bastoni, centre back from Inter Milan, looks good. James, of course we know. Anthony is another one of those, you know, semi-established players, should we say. Has an inform, plays regularly for Ajax. Doesn't mean he's not a future star, though. Just because he plays regularly for his team doesn't mean he's not a future star. Because he doesn't play for a top 5 or in a top 5 league, quote unquote, as well. You could argue even more than Ansu Fati that it's fair enough that he's there. So I'm happy he's there anyway. Central card as well. Many people might be a bit unhappy about that because he's normally a right wing. Newhouse, this is an interesting one because this guy is an established player for Borussia Mönchengladbach. He's one of their best players and he's a German international as far as I can remember. I think he's got at least 2 caps. Is that a future star? I mean, he's not, okay, maybe he's not a star yet. I get it, right? Okay. Ruben Diaz, big signing for Manchester City. I'll leave that there. I've never heard of this guy. And he's 89 rated, and I've never, ever heard of him. That doesn't mean, just because I haven't heard of him, doesn't mean he doesn't deserve to be there. I'm not saying that. That card looks unreal. 85 pace, 90 defending, and 87 physical. I really hope he's got reasonably good agility, and he's over the 6 foot range. That card looks outrageous. I wonder whether he's going to be cheap or cheap-ish because people don't know who he is. This is what I really like about this promo. I don't really know an awful lot about Bastoni. I don't know the Real Betis left mid. I have no idea who the Villarreal left back is. and the centre-back from Bayer Leverkusen that we're talking about now. I don't know who they are. I'm chuffed that they're in there. Doesn't matter that if I don't know who they are. I want a promo where I don't know any of the players, really, because it educates you a little bit more, right? Saka we knew was going to be there. Reina returns, and Ansu Fati, we could argue, he's a striker though, that looks like a banging card. Could argue that Ansu Fati is more than established. But as I mention, and as I say, I'm not moaning necessarily, I'm just sort of questioning why certain players are in there classed as future stars and other players are not in there, even though in my opinion that is a definite, like, right, it's just Ryan Shirky, man. He is the definition of a future star. So have a look at the SBCs. I've just seen it already anyway. It is Curtis Jones, and I will be inclined to do this. So have a look at the rewards, because there's two options. There is a left mid and a centre mid, and I think everyone will be doing the centre mid. Although this is much better from EA. This is much, much better, because this now gives you a legitimate dilemma. Do I do the player who is better sort of suited to that centre mid role, or do I go for that one who is quite literally suited to that sort of winger role? And they are good in their own right. Actually thinking now people might do the left mid version rather than the centre mid. I'm inclined to do the centre mid. That's much better though, because that actually makes me think, oh, would I prefer him as that position, or would I prefer him as this position? Would I like him more with better dribbling and better pace, or would I prefer him with defending? Yes, his defending could be a little bit higher, maybe, but at the same time, it does give me a genuine, which one do I do? I think most people would actually go for the left mid, now that I look at it. I like that centre mid version, though. I do like it. I think I would go for the centre mid, actually. 83, 85, 86. I mean, it's not worth that, but there we are. I'm still going to complete it. Not right now. I will do it possibly for or on the road to glory. It's there for 13 days. Does give you some indication of the amount of upgrades and maybe 85 pluses and things like that they've got coming out. So you could argue that you can grind it, but an 86, an 85 and an 83 rated team is expensive, I think, for that card. I mean, I'm not saying it's not a good card. I just think that is expensive when you can go and get an 86 Gundogan who, okay, fair enough, he's probably not as good. 4-star, 4-star. This came out obviously earlier this morning. I mean, it's not a great card, but I think he's only an 83 rated team or something, which is, yeah. I mean okay, 80 chem and 83 rated team with an inform. It's not as cheap as it could be, but they are essentially giving it to you on a plate there. Curtis Jones is pricey, that's for sure. Have we got ourselves a little pack? 45k pack. I believe that was there yesterday. I might be wrong. Bruno Fernandes still available. Future Star Challenge for a rare mixed players pack, untradeable. Not a massive fan of the untradeable packs, as you know, but it's there if you want it. I kind of like that Korean. I actually really like that. 2 segments though. I suppose you get. Yeah, I was gonna say. I went a little bit mad then, but I mean that's cheap, right? So silver or gold players if you want. No chemistry almost. Yeah. A lot cheaper than like an 82 rated team for a kit, that's for sure. I like that one as well. Lunar New Year. I think they were there yesterday, but I do like that. Of course, marquee matchups dropped yesterday. Mid-icon pack dropped yesterday. And Wayne Rooney is still there. I believe swaps has been taken away. We haven't been given icon swaps. I'm not surprised at all. Does not surprise me in the slightest that they've not dropped any new icon SBCs either. They will stretch the content. Today is Team 2 of Future Stars. They're not going to drop icon swaps, icon SBCs, and Future Stars Team 2 on the same day. It's not an EA thing to do. We'll get this, and then maybe on Monday we'll get, or maybe on Sunday rather, we'll get some icon SBCs, and then maybe next week we'll get icon swaps. But either way, there's that. And in terms of the objective players, the academy players, I think they mention it here. So earn and upgrade select Future Stars players items by completing objectives. So Future Stars academy players will have 4 versions that you can earn, simulating that player's progression towards their peak. I pray for Ryan Shirky. All will be forgiven, EA. Nope. They're giving us Dortmund's Rainier, who is one of those players I was kind of hoping that they would include. Didn't see it, so instantly thought, well, no, that's the end of it. But they've only made him an 87 rated, and you have to grind so many objectives just to get that 87. I'm guessing we haven't been given anything else, which is fine. We'll have a look at the new season in a second. So what do you have to do to get this? You get a 78 Rainier by scoring 4 goals using forwards. Okay. Then you have to score 3 goals using the card. Assist 2 goals using the card. It doesn't say any specific mode, so this is just going to be boostable with a friend by the looks of things. Score using 78 rated Rainier in 4 separate matches to earn the 82. So to get the 78, score 4 goals against your mate. He quits, job done, you've got it. If you want to do this legitimately, I say legitimately, if they wanted you to do it in a specific mode, they would have told you to, right? If you want to boost this with a friend, you can do. It's how you want to play the game. It's not cheating or anything like that. It's not boring. It's there for 28 days. It's a long time. But in order to get the 82, you can boost it with a friend. Score using 78 rated, of course, to get the... Yeah, there you go. In 4 separate matches. Then you have assist 3 goals using through balls. Again, it's just stuff you can boost with your mate until you get to this. Assist 4 goals using the 82 rated in Managerial Masterpiece. And then to get the 85, you need to score with the 82 in 6 separate matches. Again, using in Managerial Masterpiece. How do you get the final one? It asks you to come... Oh, that's interesting, because that is going to require you to play with a god-awful team. So they want you to take the 85 rated overall Rainier into Managerial Masterpiece, which is a 77 max rating game mode. So you are going to have to pack that with very low rated cards. It is going to be a bit of a sweat fest in there in order to get the last little bit of this done. I say the last little bit, there's quite a lot. Play 25 games with Rainier in your starting lineup. I'm guessing that's just any version. Score in 16 separate matches using the 85. That is long-winded. God, that is long-winded. I don't mind it necessarily. I know what other content creators are going to say, and maybe you're going to say this yourself. They are making us jump through hoops and play 4, 5, 6 times the amount of games. Maybe not quite that many, but maybe making us play maybe 2 or 3 times the amount of games we would normally play for this 87 rated card. But at the same time, you are getting a little bit of fodder. So you're going to get the 85 you can use in an SBC. You're going to get the 82 that you can maybe use in future objectives if you need a Brazilian in a low-rated team or something. The 78 is going to be pretty worthless, sure, but you only need to score 4 goals to get it. So I know what people are going to say. I don't mind it. I wish he was higher rated. I wish it was an 89 rated Rainier you're playing for at the end, or a 90 rated. But it looks like a decent card. It's something to do for those of us who have given up on champs. I don't mind it at all. I know a lot of people are going to criticise it. I quite like it. I would like to see if he's 4-star, 4-star, or 5-star, 4-star, but we'll have to wait until I go over to Footbin. And the season, this is normally trash, and I normally don't really care about it. Didn't even finish the one just gone, because the players at the end, Pulisic was okay, but he was never going to get into any team that I have, because he just wasn't good enough. Not because I'm so good at the game, or because my team is so good. It's just the card isn't high enough rated. It's not good enough. 75 rated players again, they're just copying and pasting. We're getting a bunch of badges and stadium themes and stuff like that. I don't mind that old school Magic Stadium theme. The lion's quite cool as well. Some packs. They don't upgrade the packs. It's just the same packs constantly. Look at that. I'm level 13 and I get a 75 plus rated pack. Then we get to our first set of players. Waldschmidt of Benfica looks decent. Senesi of Feyenoord. Of Feyenoord looks quite tasty. And Dembele, of course. I don't really care about Dembele. These two are interesting because they're different, you know. It would have been nice if they'd sort of incorporated the future stars into the season. So, given us youngsters here. Dembele's like 53, so he's not really a youngster. These two I don't know an awful lot about, but either way, that Waldschmidt card looks decent. He looks alright as well. Let's move on. What else do we have here? The Rooster, the Wolf. This is all sort of Lunar New Year-esque themed stuff, which is kind of cool, I guess. Rare Electrum. Wave. Is that the ball? Oh, okay. What else we got? A Mega Pack, a Prime. Brilliant. Yanazai. I had a joke earlier on and he hasn't commented, which means he either hasn't seen it or he hasn't twigged. Or maybe he has actually. Yeah, he has. Ha ha ha. Storyline. I joked, right? And who are the other players? DeShiglio and Sessegnon. Okay, I didn't quite get him right. I had a joke. We were looking through the leaked team, and we were saying how like Neuhaus and stuff like that, they're established players. And I was saying I can't wait for the objective where we get Januzaj, because obviously he's one of those future players, you know, like the kind of Lingard meme. And there is Januzaj as a storyline card. 88, 88, 87. Why can't they make him 88? That card, if they released it as an SBC right now, you'd expect to pay no more than what, an 83, 84 rated team? Why? Because he's alright. 4-star, 4-star. It's not a bad card. It's just not a great card. Really good agility, balance and composure, actually. Very fast. Very good in front of goal. I actually quite like it. I do really like that card. But by the time I get that card, it's going to be a month. We're going to be at the end of March by the time I can get this card, or mid-March by the time I can get this card. We are on top of Team of the Season by then, aren't we? Well, not on top of, but we're bearing down on it. We're not far from it. I can't remember when Team of the Season gets released, but we're not going to be far from Team of the Season at that point. Just make him higher rated. I don't understand the logic behind it. DeShiglio, very good looking card. 4-star, 4-star, which is nice. Very good defensively, great physicals. Will that be good enough by the time you get hold of it? I'm not sure. And Januzaj, 4-star, 4-star again, medium low. I quite like the low defensive. And again, it's one of those, yeah, it's decent in places, very good in some other areas. But by the time you get it, are you really going to be using it? Unless you're a Real Sociedad hardcore fan or you just love Adnan Januzaj, I'm not convinced you really care about these players. I will probably take Sessegnon if I ever get there, which I probably won't. Mixed bag for me. I know I've moaned a lot through this video. I have done, and I do apologise. It's not that I don't like the team, because, I mean, I do. I do like this team. There are, you know, like I can't wait to use Oscar. Jonathan David's going to be fun. There's an awful lot of good cards there. I just wish they would define future star. And I'm salty. I am salty because the player that I want isn't there. That's all it is. And the reason I'm salty about it is not because he's not just in Team 2. He wasn't in Team 1. He wasn't in Future Stars last year, and he could have been. Do I have to wait another year to get hold of a decent Ryan Shirky card? Maybe I do. What do you think of the Future Stars? I'm looking forward to trying to pack some of these. I do actually really want to use Anthony. I want to use Jonathan David and Oscar. The Villarreal left back looks decent as well. And I would imagine that Leverkusen centre-back is going to be a nightmare to try and attack against. But that's just my opinion. Let me know what you think of the promo in general. Let me know what you think of the SBC with Curtis Jones. Is it too expensive? I think it probably is. What do you think of the objective and the academy player? Should he have been higher rated, or have EA got it right and he needs to stop moaning? Let me know. If you have enjoyed the video, though, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and until the next time, goodbye.
Join the Betting Rebellion and find out what your football knowledge is really worth.